Hi friends, welcome to my channel. The people who are visiting for the very first time, please subscribe and press bell icon. If you press the bell icon, you will get updated notifications from this channel. The channel name is Problem Solver. Okay, this is the logo of the channel logo. Okay friends, in this video we are going to discuss about Python classes class 1 lecture. Okay, from this video we are going to start Python classes. First, we are going to discuss about language fundamentals of Python. Okay, introduction. Python is a general purpose high level programming language. What is Python? Python is a general purpose. What is general purpose? What do you mean by general purpose? Means general applications. We are regularly using applications like mobile phones, laptops, electronic devices, gadgets, washing machines, fridge, home appliances. They are general purpose applications. For general purpose applications, we are using Python programming or any other programming. But Python is a general purpose and high level programming language. What is programming language? Language means what? We can communicate with another. We should know basic language. That is programming language. A set of instructions is known as programming. You can use programming language to communicate with electronic gadgets, that is electronic machines, computers, that is programming language. What do you mean by high level? What do you mean by high level? High level means user friendly language. Any user can understand easily. Any user can understand easily. That is known as high level language. Python is a general purpose high level programming language. What if you anyone ask you what is Python? You just told that Python is a general purpose high level programming language. Okay. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum. Who developed Python? Guido van Rossum in 1989. In 1989, Python was developed by Guido van Rossum while working at Research Institute at Netherlands. While working at National Research Institute at Netherlands. Okay, but officially Python was made available to public in 1991. It Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in 1989, but it officially Python was made available to public. It came into public in the year 1991. The official date of birth for Python is February 20th, 1991. From this date, Python is available to public. Okay. Python is recommended as first programming language for beginners. The people who are learning very first time, they are beginners. We choose Python is the best to learn for beginners. Okay, Python is recommended as the first programming language for beginners. If you know C++, okay, but who don't know C++, Java, the recommendation is you go through the Python. Python is recommended as first programming language for beginners. Okay, for new learners, Python is the best choice to understand. Okay, why Python is the best choice? See some examples in this lecture. Example 1. If you want to print a hello world program, okay, hello world output. If you want to print hello world, what is how the program written in Java? First we see the Java. For to write the hello world program in Java, we should mention class name. We should mention class name, brackets open, and public static void main, PSV, public static void main. This is the main function. String args, okay, this is the main function. Again, bracket open, system dot out dot print, okay, system o out p print, system dot out dot print hello world, bracket close. First this bracket close, and class bracket also close. Total close. Indicate total lines. How many lines are there to complete this program? We require 7 lines to print hello world. We use 7 lines of program in Java. In C, in C, see that hash include stdio h dot h. Okay, void main. Here also main function is okay, main bracket or close open main bracket, print hello world and close the bracket. Here also we use 5 lines. 1 2 3 4 5. These are the 5 lines. So to require to print the hello world, we use 5 lines in the C programming language. But in Python, see, observe that print hello world. How many lines are there? Only one line. Only one single line can print the hello world output. By comparing this, for Java program, we use 7 lines of instructions. In C, we use 5 lines. But in Python program, only single line we use. Right, just print hello world. But here we should represent class name, open brackets, and star main public static void main function and system dot output dot print. Well, some lines are required. Some lines are required to print to get the output in Java. When C also includes some libraries and start from main function and print and conclude that, close that brackets also. Okay, and semicolons also we required. See, observe that if you don't use semicolon, it gives error. Okay, you should use semicolons. But in Python, simply we can use single line without semicolons. You can use single quoted or double quoted also. Okay, this is the simplicity of Python. That's why we are recommending, or anyone for beginners, Python is the very best choice to learn. Okay, example 2. For example, another example, to print the sum of two numbers. If you want to print sum of two numbers, okay, how the program in Java? How the program in Java? See this. First, see, simple, class name, close, open the bracket, public static void main, mention the main function, and close the bracket, open the bracket. Okay, open the bracket, represent integers what, a comma b. We are taking integers a b. So a value, b value. 10 represents the value inside the a, 20 represents value inside the b. Okay, system dot out dot print linear, ln represents linear. Okay, the sum a plus b, bracket close, bracket, another bracket also close. So how many lines are there to print the sum of two inputs? 10 lines are required in Java. In C, see that first include include stdio.h, include libraries, uh, mention main function, open the bracket, take integers a comma b, put the value 10 inside a, b is equal to 20. That means 20 is inside in b, stores inside the b. Then printf. Use printf. Here the syntax is different. See this syntax. The sum percentage d. Okay, this is the syntax. You can use this type only. Don't use the sum directly. You use the sum percentage d and a plus b. Close the bracket. Then we can get the sum of two integers output. How many lines are required in C program? Then 9 lines are required to print the output the two integers. In Java, 10 lines. In C, 9 lines are required. But in Python, see how much lines are required? See how much lines are required? Only 3 lines are required. See this. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Print the sum A plus B. Here it is very easy to print. Okay, you can understand also. Here you should see this. For the beginner, how can they understand what is class, what is public static void main, what is integer a comma b, how we represent int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Here observe the semicolons are very important. Okay, system dot output, bracket open, bracket close. This is very important. If you miss this, the output will not get. See this, include main function integer same. We can use semicolons, print. This follow the syntax also is very important in this programming languages. But here it is very simple. How simple it is. No syntax, no semicolons. It is very simple. Okay, just will anybody can understand this program. Because why? Because a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Print a b, print the sum a plus b. A plus b is the output. Okay. So Python is that much of very easy to learn for the beginners. Okay, the people who are feeling difficulty in learning programming language should start with Python, then you feel more comfort to learn any other programming languages. Okay. The name Python was selected from the TV show. What is the how the name Python was selected? Why the name Python is put this programming language? Why? Because see this. The name Python was selected from the TV show The Complete Monty Python Circus. The Complete Monty Python's Circus, okay, which was broadcasted in BBC from 1969 to 1974. Who put the name Python? Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, who developed the Python, Guido van Rossum, put the name Python. Why? Because he is very much attracted with the program, with the broadcasted program TV show, with the TV show that is the complete Monty Python Circus. From this title, he take the name Python. He take the name Python. That's why this programming language is called as Python. Okay, Python programming languages. Guido developed Python language. Okay, Guido van Rossum developed Python language by taking almost all programming features from different languages. Okay, Python is developed not only single features. It developed from all programming features from different languages. What are the features from different languages? First one, functional programming features from C. From C, he take the functional programming features. He grasp the functional programming features from C language. And second one is object oriented programming features from C++. He grasp the features, object oriented programming features from C++, and scripting language features from Perl and shell script. Scripting language features from Perl and shell script. And fourth one, modular programming features from Modula 3. These all included in Python programming language. Python language by taking almost all programming features from different languages. What are the different languages? C, C++, Perl, shell script and Modula 3. These are the features including in the Python. Okay. Most of the syntax in Python derived from C and ABC languages. How the syntax in the Python? Most of the syntax in Python derived taken from C language and ABC languages. Okay. Where we can use Python? Where we can use Python? If anyone asks where we can use Python, say you say that we can use everywhere. What is the answer? We can use everywhere. The most common important applications areas are for developing desktop applications, for developing web applications, for developing database applications, for network programming, for developing games, for data analysis applications, for machine learning, for developing artificial intelligence applications, and for IoT, etc. Data. So we can use anywhere, everywhere, use Python. What are the applications? Some important applications that like desktop applications, web applications, database applications, network programming, developing games, data analysis applications, machine learning. These all the applications we can use Python. Okay, these are very important. Note, internally, Google and YouTube use Python coding. People know that Google and YouTube, people know that Google we are using daily regularly for surfing the data. Okay, Google and YouTube also use Python coding internally. Okay, by using Python, Google and YouTube build this. The coding inside the Google and YouTube is Python. Okay, and also NASA and Newark Stock Exchange applications developed by Python. NASA also, Google, YouTube, NASA, and also top software companies like Google, Microsoft, IBM, Yahoo also using Python programming languages. Okay, what are the features of Python? What are the features of Python? Python, we see this, how the Python syntax is there, how Java and C, comparing with Java and C, Python is very simple. We observe the programs. Okay. What are the features of Python? What are the features of Python? First one, simple and easy to learn. Python is very simple and easy to learn. See this. Python is a simple programming language where we read Python program. Where when we read Python program, when we read a Python program, we can feel like reading English statements. Okay, Python is a simple programming language. When we read Python program, we can feel like a reading English statements. We can feel like reading English statements. That much of very easiness in the Python language. The syntaxes are very simple and only 30 plus keywords are available. Okay, the syntax is very simple in Python and only how many keywords are available in Python? Only 30 plus keywords, 30 plus reserved words are available to understand this Python language. If you know these 30 keywords, so you should do wonder magics with this Python programming language. When compared with other languages, we can write programs with very less number of lines. Already we seen that. Okay, already we observed that Java, C, Python, different programming comparison. Okay, this hello world we take much lines when compared to Python. In Python, only one single line we can print the hello world. That is the easiness of Python. We can write programs with a very less number of lines. Okay, yes. Hence, more readability and simplicity. Okay, it's more readability and simplicity. We can reduce development and cost of the project. We can reduce by using the Python. We can reduce development and cost of the project also we can reduce. This is the first feature of the Python. What is the first feature? Simple and easy to learn. We can understand very easily. We can feel like reading English statements. If you know English, you can read the English, you can write the English. That's of knowledge, that much of knowledge is required to learn Python. Okay. Second feature, freeware and open source. Freeware and open source, we can use Python software without any license, and it is freeware. We can use Python software without any license. If you want to use Python programming language, you don't need you not need to buy any licenses. It is freely available. It is freely available, and it is freeware. You don't pay any single paisa to learn Python. You can learn Python. It's free of cost. Okay, its source code is open, so that we can customize based on our requirement. Its source code is open. Its source code is open means anyone can access the source code of the Python. Anyone can access freely access the source code. So can we can customize based on our requirement. We can customize the Python programming language. Example, see this example. Jython is customized version of Python to work with Java applications. If you want to work with Java applications, we can convert this Python into Jython. Okay, see this. We can convert this Python into Jython. If you want to with Java work with Java applications, we can customize. We can change the versions of Python into required applications. Okay, required applications. We can customize based on our requirements. If you want to work with C, you can customize with another version. If you want to work with C sharp, you can customize the Python to a requirement version. Okay, this is the future. One of the future of the Python. That is what is this? What is the future? Is this freeware and open source? Okay, it is very important also. High level programming language. What is the next feature? High level programming language. Python is high level programming language, and hence it is programmer friendly language. What is meant by high level? Already I told that high level means user friendly language. User can feel free to learn any programming language. That is high level programming language, and it is programmer friendly language. We know that being a programmer, we are not required to concentrate low level activities like memory management and security, etc. If you are being a programmer, we are not required to concentrate on low level activities. Okay, like how much memory management and security. We are not required to concentrate on low level activities. We are only required concentrate on high level activities only. Okay, we are don't know we are not required to concentrate on lower level activities. Next feature is platform independent. Once we write a Python program, it can run on any platform without rewriting once again. Okay, once we write a Python program, it can run on any platform, that is Windows, Mac, okay, Linux platform, Mac platform, any platform, without rewriting once again. We can use Python internally. Why internally? PVM is responsible. PVM is taking the responsible to convert into machine understandable form. Okay, internally, what is this? PVM. PVM means Python virtual machine. Python virtual machine is responsible internally. It takes responsible to convert into machine understandable form. That's why Python is platform independent. Okay, we can write program once and we can run any platform, multiple platform. Write program once and multiple and runs on multiple platforms. Okay, that responsibility is taken by the internally Python virtual machine. This is the platform independent feature of Python. Another feature is the portability. What is portability? Python programs are portable. That is what is that is we can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily. We know that portability, SIM portability, and one network to another network. We simply port that okay idea to Geo to Airtel. That is the portability. This is the portability, that here like this we can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily. Python programs will provide same results on any platform. If you change any platform, Python will provide the same output results. Okay. If you change another platform, it gives another output. For Mac OS, it gives another output for Linux. No. That much of changes are not done. If any you can use any platform, it gives the same result. Once write, runs anywhere. Once write the program, runs any platform. That is the that is the futures of Python. Another feature is the dynamically typed one. Dynamically typed. In Python, we are not required to declare a type of variables. We observe that Java and C, we are representing integer a comma b. We are told that program a is the integer, B is the integer. That means we are representing A takes as integer, B takes as integer. But in Python, we are not required to declare type for variables. We observe that we are in the above program, A is equal to 10, but we are not representing integer A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10. See this dynamically typed for example. See this, observe this carefully. Okay, here we are representing integer. We are told him that a is takes as integer, b takes as integer, but here we are not representing any which type of this. A is which type, b is which type. It automatically takes a is 10, b is equal to 20. It automatically takes a is integer, b is the integer. So that much of representation is type representation is not required in Python, but in C we can represent integer a is equal to a comma b, and Java also we can represent integers. What are the integers? Some values we can represent. Okay, but in Python we don't need type representation. That is the one future of this program. Python program dynamically typed. In Python we are not required to declare type for variables. For variables we are not required to declare the type. What type of variable is not required? It automatically understands. Whenever we are assigning the value, based on value, type will be allocated automatically. Hence Python is considered as dynamically typed value. If we are giving 10, it automatically takes as integer. If we are giving 0.5, 10.5, it automatically takes as float value. Okay, just like if you giving input to true, it takes as boolean values. The so automatically based on input, it automatically consider that type consider is automatically done in the Python program itself. It considers as the type language, typing type of the input. So in Python, we are not required to declare type for variables. Whenever we are assigning the value based on value, type will be allocated automatically. Hence, Python is considered as a dynamically typed language. But Java, C are statically typed languages. Should represent this future very important. What is Python? Python is a dynamically typed programming language, but Java and C are statically typed languages because we have to provide type at the beginning only. We should mention what is the type of the inputs or variables. We should mention in Java and C. This dynamic typing nature will provide more flexibility to the programmer. Okay, this dynamic typing nature will provide more flexibility to the programmer. That's why Python is very easy and easy to learn, and it is more flexibility and more reliability, more readability also, and it takes less space when compared to other okay, programs like Java and C. Both another feature is both procedure oriented and object oriented. Python language supports both procedure oriented like C, Pascal, etc., and object oriented like C++, Java features. Hence, we can get benefits of both like security and reusability, etc. How do we see that Python is developing from more features like functional features from C, object oriented features from C++, and scripting features from parallel shell script, modular features from Modula 3. That's why both procedure and object oriented. C is a functional programming language. This is the procedure oriented programming language. But C++ is the object oriented programming language. If you know Python, you can learn both procedure oriented and object oriented. Both features are including in the Python. This is the benefit of the both security and reusability of this one. Okay, interpreted. We are not required to compile Python programs explicitly. Okay, internally Python interpreter will take care other compilation. We are not required to compile Python programs explicitly. Okay, internally Python interpreter is there. Interpreter will take all other will take care that compilation. Okay, if compilation fails, interpreter raised syntax error. Once compilation success, then Python virtual machine is responsible to execute. Okay, if Python compilation fails, interpreter raised syntax error. What error is there? And once compilation success, then Python virtual machine is responsible to execute. Another feature is extensible. Extensible. We can use other language programs in Python. We can use other language programs in Python. The main advantage of this approach are, see, what are the advantages of this approach are? We can use already existing legacy, that is non-Python code. We can use non-Python codes also in the Python program. We can improve performance of the applications. We can improve performance of the applications. This is the future of extensible future. We can use other language programs also in Python. Embedded, we can use Python programs in any other language programs. Okay, we can use Python here. What is the difference? See this, we can use other program languages in Python, but he's this he observe this, we can use Python program in another languages. From the extensible, we can use other languages in Python, but here in this embedded, we can use Python language into another language platforms. This is the difference between extensible and embedded features. We can embed Python programs anywhere. We can use anywhere uh, Python programs, another language platforms also. Extensive library. Python has a rich inbuilt library. Python has a rich inbuilt library. Being a programmer, we can use this library directly, and we are not responsible to implement the functionality. We can use this library directly. There are very much inbuilt libraries available in Python. Okay, this is one of the future. Python is very much rich inbuilt libraries, having rich libraries, extensive libraries. And see this, what are the limitations of Python? Okay, performance wise not up to the mark because it is interpreted language. Performance wise it is not up to the mark. Okay, but why? Because it is the interpreted language. What is interpreted? Already we seen this. See, observe this, interpreted. Okay, we are not required to compile Python programs explicitly. Interpreter will take care of that compilations. Okay, interpreter means it automatically takes that compilation. We are not required to manually explicitly. See this, that is the here limitation is this. Why? Because the performance wise it is not up to the mark when compared to other programming language. Performance is less because it is interpreted languages, not using for mobile applications. It is not suitable for mobile applications. Okay, for mobile applications, for small applications, Python is not suitable. What are the flavors of Python? See this, what are the flavors of Python? C Python. It is standard flavor of Python. It can be used to work with C language. Already we seen that if you want to work with Java language, Jython is used. The same that like similar to this. If you want to C language applications, use C Python. Okay, because Python is the free source, the free source code. We based on our requirements, so we can customize. Okay, we can customize Python into different platforms. That's it. See this, if we want to work with Java applications, Jython or JPython, we can use. It can run on JVM. Okay, Java virtual machine. Iron Python. What is Iron Python? If you want to work with C Sharp.NET platform, if you want to work with C Sharp.NET platform, use Iron Python. Okay. If you, the main advantage of another is PyPy. The main advantage of PyPy performance is will be improved. Performance is performance will be improved because JIT compiler is available inside Python virtual machine. The main advantage of PyPy is performance will be improved. Why PyPy is used? PyPy version. Why use PyPy version? To improve the performance uh, performance of the Python, because JIT compiler is available inside Python virtual machine. To improve the speed of the Python, we can go with PyPy version. Okay, PyPy flavor. Ruby Python. To work with Ruby platform, so we can use Ruby Python. It is another is Anaconda Python, not Anaconda platform. Okay, it is specially designed for handling large volume of data processing. If you to handle to work with a large volume of data, to handle large volume of data, we can use Anaconda Python. Why? Because we know that Anaconda is very large snake. That means a large volume of data we can handle by using Anaconda Python. Okay, these are the flavors of Python. What are the flavors of Python? C Python. If you want to work with C, you can go with C Python. If you want to work with Java applications, Jython or JPython. If you want to work with C Sharp.NET, Iron Python. If you PyPy version. If you want to speed up your performance, go you can go with PyPy. Ruby platform, to work with Ruby platform, Ruby Python. To handle large volume of data, you can go with Anaconda Python. These are the flavors of Python. Python versions. There are some Python versions is there. Okay, Python 1.0, Python 2.0, Python 3.0 versions is there. Python 1.0 introduced in January 1994. Okay, first Python version introduced in the year 1994 month of January. Python 2.0 introduced in the month of October 2000 year. Python 3.0 introduced in December 2008. Okay, note Python 3 won't provide backward compatibility to Python 2. Therefore, there is no guarantee that Python 2 programs will run in Python 3. Okay, see this. Python 3 won't provide backward compatibility to Python 2. So therefore there is no guarantee that Python 2 programs, so Python 2.0 version programs will run in Python 3. Okay, there is no guarantee. This is the note point. So you may keep it this in your mind. Current versions: Python 3.6.1, Python 2.7.3. There are some famous versions because this version is having very much features. That's why we are writing this here. And observe this another. See this. This is the version of Python 3.10.0. Okay, it's a 3.10.0. Can you see this? The program is it dynamically typed? Is it not? Okay, see this. A is equal to 10. I'm taking one input, and B is equal to 20. Simply we are taking input, and print 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 the sum, print the sum, and semicolon or double and inverted comma, single inverted or double inverted. Okay, comma, A plus B, close the bracket. See this output. The sum is equal to 30. This is the simplicity of the Python programming. But if you want to run this addition of two integers in Java and C, we already seen this in this video. That's why for the people who are learning for the very first time, start with Python is the very best choice to learn any other programming languages, because its syntax is very easy and it takes very less time to learn. It is easy to learn, just like English reading. Okay, so all the best for who are learning Python programming language. This is the class 1 lecture. Now I am ended this class, and another class from upcoming videos we can discuss remaining topics. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, share with your friends, and share your knowledge, and comment your doubts. We will discuss next classes. Okay, thank you very much.